Buenos días, chicos, y bienvenidos a otra semana de la clase de español. Esta es nuestra tercera semana del capítulo 2, así que significa que tenemos un examen. This is our third week of chapter 2, which means we have a quiz, un examen. And most of what we're going over today is a repaso, it's review to prepare you for the exam. Pero primero les quiero dar algunos anuncios sobre sus tareas. So I did grade your presentations last week, and I just wanted to mention that you all did a great job. And I love the references. Some of you referenced Bad Bunny, El Verano, when you talked about the season, right? El Verano, but the summer, or SpongeBob. It was pretty nice to see those type of references. Y bueno, lo demás fue espectacular. It was amazing work. And so I just want to let you all know that they were great. So you all did great. However, I do have one comment. Tengo un comentario. And I don't know if it's because you don't know how to add the ñ to the ñ, right? To the squiggly line. You might know it that way. But, right, this the ñ, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So this is an ñ. Esta es una n. So there's a difference between these two, ñ and n. And so when you are writing cumpleaños, tengo 15 años, tengo 27 años, you always want to make sure that you add that ñ, that you're not just writing the n. Because yeah, I know sometimes it's like, oh, I can't write the ñ. Go on Google and write ñ, right? Or the n with a squiggly line on top, and then just copy and paste. Because if you don't add that ñ, if that n does not have a squiggly line on top of it, you're saying tengo 15 años, which means I have 15 anuses. And so I now want you to go around saying tengo 15 años, tengo 21 años, right? Because people are going to look like you have 21 buttholes, you have 15 buttholes, okay? So please add the ñ there in anywhere, because even in cumpleaños, right? Cumpleaños, like you're still saying the word, you're still saying butthole. And so if you have a desktop that's not a Mac, you can have the conversions here. You have Alt. Let me write it out. Let me see if I can do it. There you go. So if you have a desktop, right, you have a regular keyboard, you want to do Alt 164. See, Alt 164. That's going to give you the ñ. If you have a Mac, I believe it's either Option or Control Option, or the button next to the option. I have to see. I don't have my computer with me. But you press that, and then you press the N, and that's gonna give you the squiggly line, and then you let go, and then you add the N. Does that make sense? But if that's kind of confusing, just Google it, copy and paste the ñ, and then include it to wherever you need it. Okay. So that was like one of the big takeaways, because I was reading some and I'm like, oh, saying buttholes instead of años. But like I said, everything else is great. The pictures are great. The sentences are awesome. And the references. Muy bien. Excelente, chicas. Así que eso es lo que les quería comentar. I wanted to comment that before we went with our quick lecture today. It's not going to be too long. Y bueno, vamos a escribir la fecha. So we begin our lectures, or weekly lectures, with la fecha, ¿no? We're talking about the date, lo que estamos hoy, lo que fue ayer y lo que será mañana. So recuerden que tenemos dos frases más. We have 2 extra phrases that we learned last week. And so if you want to take the time to pause this video and write the dates, see the date for today, yesterday, tomorrow, and then 2 days ago, and 2 days from now. So you guys remember those phrases? If not, look at your notes. And yeah, so pause this video and come back when you're ready. Entonces, ya regresaron. If you're back from pausing the video, vamos a empezar aquí. La fecha de hoy, vamos a escribir. Hoy es, ¿sí? Mañana será, bueno, hoy es, ayer fue. So these are the phrases that we know, we should know by now, yeah? Hoy es, and then today is. Ayer fue, we talk about what yesterday was. Mañana será, and then we'll talk about what tomorrow will be. The extra two phrases that we have is anteayer. Ayer fue, which means 2 days ago, y pasado mañana. Mañana será, which means 2 days from now. Entonces, la fecha de hoy es martes. We add the month. Hoy es martes 27 de febrero del 2024. So every time that we are writing some type of numbers, okay, I want you to write them all out, unless I specify not to. Like in chapter 1, I think I wrote out the numbers and then you're supposed to write them in digits. So make sure that you are reading the instructions. But anything else is fair game and I want you to write it out. So ayer fue lunes. 26 de febrero de 2024. Bien. Mañana será. Mañana será miércoles 28 de febrero del 2024. Anteayer, so that means 2 days ago. Anteayer. Entonces, si hoy es martes, ayer fue lunes, anteayer fue domingo. Domingo 25 de febrero del 2024. Y pasado mañana, so it means 2 days from now. So, hoy es martes, mañana es miércoles y pasado mañana será jueves. 29 de febrero del 2024. Okay, so remember when we are in the 20s, right, from 21 to 29, we write it together. From 31 to 99, we write it separately. Okay, so this is la fecha. La fecha de hoy, ayer, mañana, anteayer, y pasado mañana. Make sure that you are taking notes. You might see them on the quiz. Okay, así que I'm looking for the phrases, right, and the correct use of the verb ser, because this is a verb ser. Hoy es, ayer fue, mañana será, right? And so they kind of look different because we're talking about different tenses. So today is, yesterday was, tomorrow will be, okay? And so esa es la fecha de hoy. Y bueno, vamos a regresar aquí. Again, el refrán de esta semana es el mismo que la semana pasada. No todo lo que brilla es oro. And so I gave a little explanation last week. Pero, ¿qué significa eso? No, don't judge a book by its cover. Not everything that shines is gold. So don't get fooled by appearances. Y bueno, para repasar, tienen unas preguntas. You have some questions on Canva that have to do with pages 15, 23, and 47. Entonces, bueno, aquí lo tengo. Tenemos, share. You have, what do I do? Okay. Página 15, vamos a hablar de Eloy. So what you're going to do for this activity is you're going to read the biography, okay? Eloy Ramirez. So the first person we talk about is Eloy. And so you're going to recognize him from the videos that we see in their Connect, right, in the homework. Eloy is there. So this biography is about him, who he is. So you have some questions about this biography, okay? So the first one is Eloy. And then you go to page, vas a ir a la página 23, 23, vas a la página 23 de tu libro. donde tenemos a Xochitl. Sí, Xochitl. Sí, Xochitl, ¿quién soy? Okay, so you're gonna read this one as well about Xochitl. Xochitl Maria, blah, blah, blah. So you read it all. And then you have some questions that you need to answer about Xochitl. Okay. Y por último, tenemos a la página 47, que tenemos a Claudia. Vamos a ver, Claudia, 47. So you have 3 biographies to read, and then you have the questions on Canva. Okay, so I'm going to title them biography questions. Okay, or página, or I'll tell you the pages. Okay, but the instructions are going to be there as well. And so you read this. And so they're pretty short biographies, right? But they talk about who they are, how old they are, when their birthday is, what they like. So things that we've seen so far. Okay, so I want you all to take the time, read the biographies, look at the questions, and first identify, no, understand what questions I'm asking, right? ¿Cómo se llama? That's the basic question, right? ¿Cómo se llama? What's his or what's her name? Okay, ¿cuántos años tiene? Ella tiene. And so remember that when you're answering the sub questions, I want to see complete sentences. So if I say, ¿cómo se llama? Right? What's her name? I don't want to say Claudia Cuellar Arapi. Okay, yeah, that's her name, but I want a full sentence. Se llama Claudia Cuellar Arapi. Muy bien. ¿Cuántos años tiene? How old is she? Claudia tiene 19 años. Okay, so see how there's a difference between just writing 19 años versus Claudia tiene 19 años. So it's complete sentences, okay, guys? Entonces, tienen 3 biografías. You have 3 biographies that I want you to read. And then also, I also want you to read página, ¿cuál es la otra página? 60, creo, sí, 60, page 60. And this page talks about the languages, hablando de los idiomas. And we're going to see how some of the words in Spanish have ties to Arabic languages and indigenous languages as well. So I want you to read this, and then you're also going to have questions. So even these questions are going to be in that same assignment. So 1 assignment, and you're going to have questions for the 3 biographies and hablando de los idiomas. Okay, and you'll find this on Canva. Bueno, vamos a regresar a aquí, creo que está aquí. Bueno, entonces, after you're done with those, then you're free to answer, continue with the quiz and complete it as soon as possible. Again, it is ready for you on Canva. And so if you feel comfortable with the topics, then you can go on and take that. And for el capítulo 2, these are the topics that we covered. Let me see. So, en el capítulo 2 cubrimos estos tipos de temas, ¿no? You know how to ask questions about the birthdays and age, right? Using the verb tener, o cuándo es tu cumpleaños, when is your birthday? Describe classroom objects and say where they're located. You saw a little bit about this on your Canva assignment. I won't necessarily say use like classroom objects because obviously we're not in a class, but like objects around you, so like la cama, blah, blah. And so I'll give you those type of nouns and I'll give them to you in Spanish. That way you can use, okay? We know how to describe people's physical characteristics, personality, and nationality. So this is something that we added this chapter. But again, we know how to describe someone, their characteristics using the verb ser. We talked about parts of the body. Again, this is something that you saw on the Connect assignment as well. We talked about the locations of things, right? Using the verb estar. About favorite activities and those of others. So the verb gustar. Me gusta correr. Me gusta cocinar, right? The gustar plus the infinitive. We talked a little bit about Paraguay. This was this chapter's country. And the indigenous languages of the Hispanic world, which is that little paragraph that you're going to read with the languages and stuff. And so these are the themes that you should expect to have on the Capítulo 2 quiz. I am here during office hours on Tuesdays from 11 to 2, and Thursday from 11 to 1. If you need any help with the quiz, you can come during office hours and we can go through it together. But make sure to bring questions or have questions ready. That way I can answer them. Or if you just want to have some type of aid during the quiz, you can come that as well. I'm not going to give you the answers, but I'll help you and I'll guide you with those certain topics that you're struggling. Okay, entonces, for right now, you're going to read those 3 biographies plus the languages of Arabic languages and indigenous languages as well. And then you're going to go on to Canva, complete. I believe you only have like 2 assignments from Connect or 3. And then you have the assignment where I ask questions on those biographies from Eloy, está Xochitl y Claudia. So you have 3 biographies and you have some questions that go along with those just for comprehension, because you're going to see something like that on the quiz as well. Okay, chicos, si tienen preguntas, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please come to office hours. I'm here to help you. If my office hours don't work or do not align with your work schedule, with your class schedule, please send me a message and I can work something out where we can meet at a different time, or just make an appointment. Okay, chicos? Bueno, hasta luego y buena suerte con el examen. Good luck with the quiz. Hasta luego. Bye.